Hi, I'm Dennis Newson, an Englishman who's lived here in North Germany for the last 40 years, and I'm also a member of the advisory committee of IATEFL's GISIG. A few days ago I invited my German wife, Anke Fedrowitz, to join me in IATEFL's Adobe Connect virtual recording studio to make a short video making some suggestions on how to approach helping refugees to learn English based on her own very long experience of teaching German as a second language to the children of immigrants and later the children of refugees. For over 20 years Anke has taught German as a second language to the children of immigrants and refugees from 22 different countries, alphabetically speaking, from Argentina and Bosnia to Uruguay and the former Yugoslavia. She was a specialist advisor to the city of Osnabrück, the town where we live in North Germany, mentor there for the teachers of their mother tongue in local state schools. In other words, teachers teaching Albanian, Arabic, Greek, Italian, Polish, Portuguese, Russian, Serbo-Croat, Turkish. I hope I left nobody out. And she also gave many workshops as a qualified trainer in the International World of Difference program. She sat on a number of local and national committees. She lectured to teachers in training, student teachers in training at the University of Osnabrück on multicultural education, and she has published 2 books in German based on her teaching experience. We hope that what she has to say might be of some interest to people facing the challenge of teaching English to refugees, whether they are young children, teenagers or adults. You will have read my transcription of Anke's opening remarks. With apologies for a rather lengthy introduction, Anke, over to you.
Show a bit of empathy. Try to imagine that you were in their situation. What would you want to learn? What would you need? That is the most important question. And try to be at their side. You are very important for them. And it can only be good. So don't be afraid. You can't change the world, but you can help a few people to survive all the difficulties. And small steps are better than huge ones. It's easier to walk. But that is something teachers should have in mind as well. You are not the most important person. The pupils are. Some people behave as if they have all the difficulties to learn English or German as a second language. It's more difficult for the pupils. Try to be imaginative. Try to imagine what they need. And if, especially children, don't say anything the first time, don't react the way you expect them to react. Try to imagine how it is in a completely different world. Everything is upside down. Many things, many people you have lost, and you don't know where you are, if you're coming or going. So be a bit patient and don't allow other people to chase you. That I mean that people say, oh, how many words can the pupils say in English, in German, or on which page are you in your fantastic book? Don't let them chase you. You and the children, or better the other way around, the children are you, and you are the important people. If you have that in mind, and if you don't think you have to do all of that in 1 month, then the first most important bit is done. And the really important bit is empathy. Try to see the world from the children's eyes. You never know what they really feel, what they have seen, what they suffer, but you can try what it means to be homesick, to have lost everything. So be a bit patient with the pupils and with yourself. And if you're a teacher in a school, doesn't matter if there are children or youngsters, teenagers or adults, try to involve all the other people who are in the school as well. Not all of them, but I mean even the person who cleans the school is important for the children. And introduce the children. And introduce them especially to other children. Being a child is more important than being a foreigner. So involve everybody, make it as normal as possible. Don't feel that too sorry for the children, but try to understand. I think that's a difference. And look how other children cope with it. They don't go around saying, oh, poor you have to do this and that. They say, hey, come on, let's play this or let's go there. That is very important. And try to find support. Try to find respect for your work and respect for the children. And that is a very important thing for the administration. Respect the teachers, the volunteers, and the pupils in their struggle, in their way to learn. I taught German as a second language for more than 27 odd years, and every time or each time I tried or thought, now I know the way, now I know how to do it. That is the way to learn the second language, the language you need to survive. Then there came a child around and learned it from a completely different angle. Some children have to see the word, some pupils have to listen, some pupils have to learn dialogues, some pupils have to learn it by music, by painting, by sport. And it's fascinating to see that it is not a one-way street, but you need time, you need patience, you need a lot of empathy, and you need, how do I say it? A teacher must know his or her own limits. You can't overdo it. You can't change everything within a very short time. It needs time. It needs patience. But you can laugh with the children. You can play with the children. You can sing with them. And you can support them as a teacher for a second language, especially as the first teacher for the second language. You are a very, very important person who never will be forgotten by the children. Never. Even when they are 40, 50 years old. That's very important. And it's a hard work, but it's really, really worthwhile because of the kids. Okay. I think that are the most important things you have to keep in mind. Don't forget yourself. Don't forget the other colleagues and neighbors, children, everybody. And don't forget to try to understand the children who have to do this enormous task. They have the really difficult part, nobody else.